Now, Anglican Archbishop Thabo Makgoba says South Africa has become a society that has not only inherited massive inequalities, but also accepts the continuation of such inequalities. Makgoba said this at a recent mass at the St Georges Cathedral, and he also told the congregation that South Africans should be politically aware and to participate in issues that would better their lives. Archbishop Thabo Makgoba now joins us from our Cape Town Sea Point studios to elaborate, of course, on his statements. Bishop Makgoba, welcome to PM News, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your viewers.
Bishop, you said the South Africa that you have been living in the last years, and I do quote, has forgotten to be courageous. We have allowed ourselves to live in and accept a society that is punished, penalized, and severely disciplined for being courageous. Please explain that.
I live in Western Cape, and I look at those that were courageous in raising the toilet saga. Some of them have been severely punished. And I can just recall at when Ruel Khoza from business in South Africa tried to highlight the ethical issues of our day, the volley of criticism that came his way. I could also mention when a Section 29 company, of the government or of our country through Thuli Madonsela raised the concerns around Nkatla, how she had a litany of complaints. One could also look at when the Auditor General also raises the concerns around poor audit, how he gets criticized. And so the subtle message is if you talk, if you become courage, you will be dealt with. And I'm saying that is not a good message for South Africans, because South Africa belongs to all of us, and we do need to be courageous and not wait for political leadership or the ruling elite or the business elite to lead us. We need to be agents of our destiny.
And in your opinion, what is the role of the church when it comes to such issues?
In my opinion, I think South Africa is in danger of losing its moral compass. That is, its sense of human dignity and the social skills that are required to engage one another with dignity and respect. And I think the church can play various roles. It could, looking at its own frailty, looking at its own weaknesses, be like Ezekiel the prophets and demands the imperatives of justice, like I did in my Christmas message. Or we could just bow our heads and say, that's a political issue, let's just preach the gospel, and it is their problem, and that's a dangerous way. Or we could combine the demands of justice and love, like I said in my Christmas message, and say, thus says the Lord, there is inequality, there is the danger of losing our moral compass, and we need to speak out and speak up.
Now, 20 years into democracy, Archbishop, and we're still experiencing inequality in our society. You mentioned good points with, Thuli Madonsela as the public protector, and how even some other courageous South Africans are punished or even penalized for being courageous. 20 years on into democracy, do you feel that democracy has failed the people?
I think democracy is one step into total freedom. And if we as South Africans, as I said in my Christmas message, sit at home and hope that our total emancipation will come through political leadership, I think we are failing ourselves and failing South Africa. And so we need to wage a new struggle courageously. We need to wage this new struggle because we believe and hope in South Africa. And we need to wage this struggle because we know that hope doesn't mean sitting down and hoping that somebody will bring a plate on my table, but hope is a dangerous tool that actually evaluates abuse of power, Hope is a dangerous tool that actually says, I'm going to do something about my plight. And so democracy has given us that ability to say, as a collective, we can do something for the good of South Africa and for the good of those that will come after us.
Archbishop Thabo Makgoba, thank you so much for your time this afternoon and taking us through, of course, your sentiments regarding courage. Thank you so much. Well, that's Anglican Archbishop Thabo Makgoba taking us, of course, through his statements that he also made during Christmas Day regarding being courageous and being a courageous nation.